Good evening. Welcome to Expat Insights. I'm your host Raju Mandhyan. Here at Expat Insights, we take external views of internal successes by foreigners, expats and immigrants who have made Philippines their home and are adding value to the Philippines either in society or in business. Tonight, we are going to have fun because we have really exciting guests today. One of them is an expat, another one's almost an expat. My guest tonight from the MMQ Theatre, the president and founder of MMQ Theatres, which has been around in the Philippines since 2005, Michelle Washington. And she comes from a French-American background. And my second guest is Moya, who works for Eastwood Properties, and she is a trustee and director of MMQ Theatres. They are here to talk about life being a cabaret.
Yes.
Life is a cabaret. Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Washington and Moya. Welcome to Expat Insights.
Hi,
Oh, thank you. Nice to be here.
So, before we talk about life being a cabaret, tell us about yourself just a bit.
Would you like to start, Michelle?
Well, okay. I was born and raised in Panama City, Florida, in a really small town on the Gulf of Mexico. I'm a beach baby. So,
Beach baby.
Yes.
You were born on a beach?
I was born next to a beach.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
so when I moved here, it was just nothing. The weather was the same and the beautiful beaches, so it was like coming home.
All right, all right. So did you not live any other place in the world besides Panama City and Philippines?
Well, I've lived in Paris for a little while with
No
my
beaches
husband.
there?
No beaches there, but in southern France.
Oh yeah,
Which
down
is
in
not far.
Marseille.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
South of France.
Yes, yes. So my mother says I've been singing since I was a baby, even before I could speak. So I've been doing this theater thing for a long time, and I love it.
Did it rain when you sang in Panama City, Florida?
Of course.
It did.
It rained, it thundered, it stormed, it did everything. Sunshine, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Washington is an actress. So this is going to be a fun show. So there's nothing I can do that will be faster than Michelle.
Oh, please, please. You're fascinating yourself. So we really appreciate you having us here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and an honor. Marie, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I am a sales manager at Eastwood City. I've been doing property selling for like 12 years now. And I am handling my own sales team. And I am a volunteer worker. I'm a Soroptimist. I'm doing
What is a Soroptimist?
It's a worldwide organization. Women who are doing a lot of things for charity to improve the lives of women and children in the Philippines. And at MMQ Theatre, I am a volunteer. I talk to sponsors. I help Michelle look for, a lot of
Money.
artists. Well, kinda.
Funding.
Yeah,
Funding is a nicer word. So a little profile on MMQ. What is MMQ and how did you bring it about, Michelle, you and a team of a bunch of friends?
Yes, actually.
What is MMQ?
MMQ is making miracles quickly. We make miracles quickly for...
I kept wondering what in heaven's name was MMQ. That's not on the website.
No.
It's
Should it be? Should it be?
I think so.
Okay,
it's such
we'll
a
do
beautiful
that.
statement, making miracles quickly.
For
Alright.
women and children throughout the Philippines. And we also create the miracle of theater in that we do excellent top-notch shows with expats and Filipinos, and we do it all for charity. And we've been doing it for, the Cabaret for 5 years now, and it's been wonderful.
Le Cabaret 5, that's what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, so MMQ is making miracles quickly.
Yes.
A little bit history. How and when did you start and how much fun it was when you started it?
Oh my gosh, it was me and...
Why MMQ back here?
Well, we were in a coffee shop.
This is
Mimi and Queenie, way back when.
Mimi and Queenie?
Okay. And then we were in the coffee shop, believe it or not, and we were talking about, because Mimi has a theater background, and she was from Georgia, and Queenie is a Filipina, and she did...
This is not Queenie Chua from Ateneo?
No, Queenie Kama.
I don't know her, yeah.
But we were sitting in a coffee shop, and we were thinking, okay, we have this talent, this experience, but, why stop there? Why don't we have a place where expats can come, and if they're already talented, why can't they have a place to work? And also, why can't we blend the cultures? We blend the different cultures of the universe and bring it in together with Filipinos. And also, I thought, well, when I got here, I saw the children begging in the streets, Raju. And I said, why can't there be a component where we can blend our talents and give something back? We
can exercise our passion.
Yes.
And still be compassionate.
Exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what was the first play that you put together?
Oh gosh, at first we were doing small play readings like you know about, and we also got in touch with In Touch Community Services. We started getting in touch with different charities like High Vegan, Ermita. What can we do as far as performance is concerned? And our very first gig was dealing with the Jazz Fest. The Jazz Fest that happens every year, and we basically took over the Rockwell tent, and
you guys put together the Jazz Fest, the one that happened
at the
Ayala Museum?
We did that way back when. That was our first gig, and it was wonderful. Chris Medina, Janice Harrington, the UP Jazz Ensemble. We're all together, and we raised money for ABS-CBN and for their children's charities, and High Vegan Ermita.
High Vegan Ermita. Operation Smile. You guys are going way too fast for me. I don't know all these things. I don't know all these people. But we'll come back and get details on what you do. Right now, I have a little video for you that is on the subject matter of life being a cabaret. They'll play it. While they're putting that up, I want to ask you about what are you planning with this Le Cabaret 17? The video, can that be put up? Yeah? The one, video one, yep.
Well, we're going to once again put on a fabulous show with sequins and feathers and have you ever been to the Moulin? Have you been to Lido? Have you been to a Vegas show?
I have watched The Phantom.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. Les Miserables.
Very good.
Miss Saigon.
Oh, very good.
What else did I watch? This is all on Broadway, not here. Right there in New York in the Great White Way. So I'm a graduate of these, and of course I watched Shakespeare at the Park, which is really fun.
Well, now, if you've ever seen spectacle, that's what we do. We bring forth people from all shapes, sizes, and colors. We bring together different cultures. We bring together professionals, amateurs. We bring together British people, Indian people. We bring together Filipinos, and we put them all together in a fantastic spectacle.
Okay, now we're going to put up a little video to introduce the subject matter, but tell me, why is life a cabaret? ¿Por qué?
Well, actually, this event is really different.
No, why is life a cabaret?
Well, because life is full of wonderful stories to tell. There's a lot of people, different kinds of people. It's multi-race, and people behind the cabaret are the one who's making things happen. This is not just doing an event to have fun. This is, there's more beyond to what we're doing. Yes, there's a purpose behind it, and you're just gonna go there. If you're an artist, you're not just gonna go there to perform. In a way, you're also doing charity. You're doing wonderful things for the less fortunate.
Thus, life is a cabaret. Your version, Michelle, why is life a cabaret?
Because life is fun. I get to do what I love to do, theater.
Okay.
And I get to help people. What's better than that? As my grandmother would say, you can't beat that with a stick.
I can't beat that with a stick. What does that mean? That's a figure of speech. What does that mean?
Honestly, honestly, it's, the event that we do here in MMQ, it's really different from the events that we would normally see here in Manila. Like, I've been with MMQ 2008, and when Sandra invited me,
you have been with MMQ since
2008. Yes, I was in Korea. I got an email from Sandra, and she invited me to Sandra Tokes. She's the vice president of MMQ. And when I got her email, actually it's very special and memorable to me because it's my birthday, 2008, and that is also the anniversary of MMQ, right? So every year.
What date is that?
It's January 31st.
Yes.
And
I'm going to ask for the year, okay?
We throw a party like you wouldn't believe, and we invite our friends. You got to come next year. You got to come next year.
Next year, this year?
Yeah. Sandra told me to just attend the meeting, and I told him, okay, I will just gonna be a volunteer. I can do ushering for you. And then I really don't know what to do. And then, you know, the rest is history. Now I'm doing a lot of things. And Michelle and the other foreigners, they, you know, I was so amazed on the things that they're doing, because I'm a Filipina and they're the one who's foreigners here, and they're doing a lot of nice things.
They're adding a lot of value.
For the less fortunate, you know, considering that this is my land, and they don't actually need to do all this work for the less fortunate.
Today the whole world is everybody's land.
Exactly.
There are no borders anymore.
You've got to help others.
On that note, let's take a break,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and talk to you about the charitable work that MMQ does and life being a cabaret. So ladies and gentlemen, stay with us, and we have Michelle Washington and Marie Moya as our guests, and you are watching Expat Insights. I'm your host, Raju Mandhyan. Good evening. Welcome back to Expat Insights, and we are with Michelle Washington and Marie Moya of MMQ Theatres, and we are still talking about life being a cabaret. Old chum. Old chum. So now tell us about the charitable work you do with the help of MMQ. Maybe Marie, since you're the trustee.
Before putting up an event, we would normally choose a beneficiary. We have donated a lot of money for the charity. We gave money to Chosen Children Village Foundation, the EVA
Chosen Children Foundation. Is
it's
this
in Cavite, sir, and also the Operation Smile. Yes, and
that's with cleft lips.
Yes.
Okay.
And was it 2008 or 2009 when we
2009
when we gave money to EVA Foundation, and then
that was 2008.
2008, the money that we
EVA
donated,
Foundation.
yes, the
What
money
is EVA
that
Foundation?
EVA Charity Foundation, they build schools for indigenous
people
throughout the Philippines,
Yes.
and most particularly in Pinatubo.
It's
a Filipino NGO, or it's a foreign global NGO?
Again, another organization being managed by the foreigner, the expat.
Oh, it's an expat.
Yeah,
it's a global thing.
Yes.
Oh,
There are little
fantastic.
Filipino who would also do volunteer, and then we gave them money. The money that we raised from one of our events. Is that the theater salon or the Le Cabaret 2009?
Le Cabaret.
And we have a school now, and it's called MMQ School for the IPAS. It's in Mount Terranus, Bataan. Last year we climbed the mountain, going up 4 hours.
You need to go with us next time.
Yes. And then I went there with Michelle, with Sandra, and the ladies of EVA, and some people from the NCIPO, National Commission on Indigenous People. When I went there, I am so happy that I find time in, you know, climbing the mountain. It's really hard, but I had a wonderful time. When I saw the children, when I saw the family, I am the one who talked to the mob.
On that note of that's pretty cool. On that note of money, Michelle, in the business of MMQ, in the business of acting, in the business of life being a cabaret, is there money in the profession?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. But the point of the matter is, and that I tell my students, because you know I'm a professor at the University of the Philippines at Diliman.
I don't know that.
Yes,
You
I am.
You have to tell me about it.
I am a professor of theater arts at the University of the Philippines, and every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 o'clock until 5 in the afternoon I teach theater. And I tell my students, I say, you've got to be willing in this business precisely. You've got to be willing to have a sleepless night. I think I told you before, you've got to be willing to work for free. You've got to find your passion in it, because if that happens for you, then the money will come. Because people will see that you love what you do and that you're willing to sacrifice for it, and they can't help but be delighted in that.
Throw money at you.
Why not? Why not?
Of course, you know, that's what we do. Don't we do that to artists? Like, we throw money at them.
And we have had the privilege with the things that we've done to have people to support us, because they see that passion. They see that we really want to create an excellent show for them, and we want to entertain them. And above normal show, above normal acting, above normal singing, and above normal people coming together for a common cause, for the children.
So besides you and Marie, and besides Sandra and some names that you mentioned, who are the ones who have become really popular with MMQ Theatre?
Oh,
some of the stars of MMQ.
Well, let's see, Ruthie Alvarez.
Yes.
We saw Ruthie
Ruthie
just
Alvarez,
Yes.
Filipina.
Yeah,
Filipina.
we saw her just last evening. She is all over the place. She works for Young Playwrights Group. She's done some work for Repertory, et cetera, et cetera. O.J. Mariano,
Yes.
who now is with Nine Works Theatrical, the star of Rent.
Well, how big is the theater community in the Philippines?
It's a small community, but it's an effective community.
What percentage of that is expat?
Oh gosh, a very small percentage. A very small percentage. That's why MMQ is an avenue. Still, if you're an expat and you have the talent and you've been doing this like I have for years, and you come to like Trail Your Spouse like I did, then what you do is you come to us, you show us your talent, and you mix with the culture and do
You
good.
blend and recreate.
And you're able to practice your art.
So, in the history of MMQ, 5 years today? Approximately
Oh, God,
five?
yes.
Five,
Yeah.
Le Cabaret, 5, more than 5.
Over 5 now.
So how many plays have you guys put behind you?
Oh my gosh, let's see.
Actually,
We do 2 or 3
The
a
theater
year,
salon,
and
yeah.
so we 10,
workshop,
12. Oh gosh, it's been a lot. Gosh, it's hard to count.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
About
Who's
25,
gonna count
30?
that?
25 to 30 a
I
month?
would say 25. I think you could be safe with
And
25.
which one has been your biggest ever?
Le Cabaret.
That's the signature event.
That
of
is our
MMQ,
signature
yes.
event.
And which has been the most funniest or the happiest?
Oh my gosh.
No singing, no music.
Oh gosh, the theater salon.
Theater salon, yes. I like the workshop, the children's workshop.
Yeah, the
No,
children's
no,
workshop
plays
is
that you
great.
put out, not the workshops.
Oh, the plays that we've done?
Yeah.
All
the one,
plays
the
that
one
we've
in
done.
RCBC.
Oh, the woman's
it's the
play,
women's-
Sally
yeah,
Short.
Sally
Oh my
Short.
gosh, that was such a
I
joy.
think that was like 2007 or
Yeah. It's hard to keep track.
Yes. Because we just keep on
But you know
working
what,
and
really,
working.
Raju, we have so much fun in everything we do that we
That you-
miss count. I'm telling
You
the
do
truth.
no measurements, there's no track record.
There's no
we just
way.
work, yeah.
We
It's
just
a-
keep on
It's a
working.
party every time.
It really is a lot of fun.
Yes.
So of the two things that you're doing, you're putting out good,
Mm-hmm.
and you're also fulfilling your being, your own self.
Yes.
The
Yes,
desire to
yes.
express and the desire to act. Which one is more powerful for you? The thing that you do for the world or the thing you do for yourself?
For me, being a Filipina in the organization, well, working with Michelle and seeing that there's a lot of poverty in the world, you know, when we went to the mountain and checked the school and I met and talked with the parents of the ITAs, it changed my life. You know, it's hard to explain, but seeing the children there, they want to go to school, and if you talk to the mom, there's only one thing that they're gonna tell you: I don't want my children to grow up without having any education. And you know, they're earning like 1,000 pesos for a month. They're just gonna plant a banana, and then they're gonna go down and sell it. And if you're gonna talk to them, you will really feel that there is a need for these people. And I don't know, after that, and then it made me a better person. I don't know, it makes me cry.
So in
but
essence, for you, it's the work you do for the community.
yes.
How about you, Michelle? Is it self-fulfillment a major thing, or supporting the society is a major thing for you?
You know,
Which drives you more?
You know, it's a mixture for me. It really is a mixture for me because both of them are so strong in me. I mean, I have been working in the community since I was a child. My mom was a missionary. My father was a deacon in the church.
In Panama City?
In Panama City. So what we would do is we would visit the sick, the shut-in. We would visit nursing homes. I mean, this is nothing for me to do that as a child.
Gosh.
So to be able to do my art
Yeah.
and continue that, God bless her soul, what my mom taught me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? To be able
I know what you're
to
saying.
to
You're
do
saying,
the
you're saying that the question I put across doesn't need to be a question. That's what you're saying. You're saying that there is no division between what you do for yourself and what you do for the community.
Exactly.
Am I right? Am I reading you
You're
right?
absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. To be able to do them both is so fulfilling. It has changed my life, and it makes me a better person.
Yes.
And can you picture the joy, Raju, when you come out? You've been climbing for 4 hours, okay, up
Climbing,
this hill,
okay.
up this hill, okay, and you hear the laughter first. You hear the laughter, and you come out of the forest into this playground in front of this simple structure with these children that are smiling and playing. They don't have toys. They're enjoying each other in front of their new school. You can't beat that.
I can't picture that. I can imagine and I can feel it. I just don't picture it. I feel it. I feel the pleasure coming out of your senses. That's a beautiful thing you have to do out there. Congrats. Congratulations. It's a wonderful thing. I wish I was in your place, and I'm envious of what you do. I want to be a part of MMQ.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow.
Oh, okay,
wow.
it's done.
Thank you.
Okay. I have pictures of some of the work that you've done with children, etc. So we'll ask them to put it up. Brian, can you put those images up? The 5 or 7 pictures that we have. So this is you. Can you hold that slowly?
Okay.
Hold it steady, yeah? That's you and Michelle's. There she is sitting right there, yeah. Can you name
And
the people?
Laurie?
Can you describe the event, Michelle?
Well, that is
The theater salon.
Yeah, from the theater salon. That is the check
Last
passing
year.
ceremony with I Can Serve.
Yeah.
Another one of
I
our
Can
Yeah.
Serve.
I Can Serve.
That's a
A
NGO?
charity.
Yeah.
It is a charity. And Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies.
And
These are for the breast cancer.
Yeah.
Bosom
survivors.
Buddies, that's the
Yeah.
name of breast cancer.
Exactly,
Wow.
breast cancer charity. And that was fulfilling itself. Meeting those women, cancer survivors, and one of them even acted in our women's theater.
That's
Amazing.
another one. There's another one.
Yeah, that's for the Philippine Christian
Who are these
Foundation.
people? I see
That
Marie.
lady, yeah, that one is me, the one in white.
And
suit.
Jackie Cummins
Jackie,
and
that's
her
the
little
daughter.
girl.
Jackie's the one in black, and the one in
Yeah.
gray is.
Those are the women from Philippine Christian Foundation. They're one of our beneficiary for the theater salon.
This is recent times.
That
or?
was last year.
That was just last
Okay.
year.
Last
Okay.
year.
Next picture. Next picture. Yeah. That's you.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh, it's
yeah,
CCB.
yeah. It brings back a lot of good memories when we visited Chosen Children Village.
In Cavite.
Yeah, in Cavite.
Oh, the children.
It's really
Chosen
nice.
Children.
Village.
Okay.
It's for the
Gosh.
mentally and physically disadvantaged children.
How much, again, we're talking of measures here, no? What's the size of your support to them in terms of kind or cash? What's the size of your support? How much?
Oh gosh, since we started, we've given over 2 million pesos
Yeah.
to worthy women's and
Yeah.
children's charities throughout the
And
Philippines.
this is beyond the expenses and the show that you put up.
Exactly.
These are net giveaways.
Exactly.
And we want to give more.
We
Alright.
want to give much more.
Some more. Can you name these people up here? What's
This is
happening?
Ava. This is
Ava.
Ava.
Ava
This
is-
was when we gave for the MMQ Aita School.
That's
Ayeta
good,
School
yeah.
up in the north.
Yes,
Yeah.
Can
exactly.
you bring that
That's
picture
us.
back? Eva is a person or the whole group?
It's
It's
the
a group.
organization.
And what does Eva stand for?
Oh gosh, Entrepreneur Volunteers Association
Yeah.
Charity
Entrepreneurs.
Foundation.
Oh, wow.
They,
All right.
they would normally build school and then they are teaching livelihood, right?
Okay, all right. So you do this for love and passion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For me, it's my way of giving back.
For me, it's a
Yeah.
way of doing what I love to do and doing what I've always done.
Good? Good. We have a little video coming up that talks about passion and love for the profession you have. There you go.
It's sort of like it goes without saying that, you know, some of the things that we support are not pretty.
Exactly.
But the shows that we put on are spectacular and wonderful and bring pleasure to the eye so that you don't mind helping
True.
with the ugliness, helping to make the ugliness better.
There is no ugliness. There is no ugliness. It's just the eye.
It's in the eye of
It's
the
in the eye.
beholder.
Exactly.
See, you don't bring pleasure to the eyes. You bring pleasure to the soul.
Exactly.
So we'll come back. We'll take a break, and if there's, and we'll talk about the show that you're putting up and how you put it together and invite people.
Yes.
Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take that break, and we'll come back and talk to Michelle and Marie a bit more about that show there. They're going to put up a show coming September 17, and they'll give you the details. Stay tuned, and we'll come back. All right. Welcome to Expat Insights. We are talking about life being a cabaret. We are with Michelle Washington and Marie Moya from MMQ, making miracles quickly.
Yes.
And they are now going to tell us about the show that they're putting up in September 17, Le Cabaret,
Yes.
the 5th time around.
Yes.
But before I get details on the show from them, I want to talk to you a little bit about acting. Michelle, you being the empress of acting and being a teacher, let me ask you, why do actors always come late?
Always come late?
Isn't that fashion amongst actors? Liz Taylor,
Ah.
even for her own wake, she was 30 minutes late.
Really?
She planned that, I hear.
Ah, okay. No, I don't know about lateness. I'm sorry, you maybe know more about that than I do.
Well,
But no, I teach
You
my
know,
students to
yeah.
show up on time. As a matter of fact, to show up early. So I don't know about this lateness thing.
Oh,
You
I
have to
thought
tell
it
me
was
about that.
I thought
29 minutes too.
I thought it was a thing with actors.
No, you have to tell me about that. I
How
don't know.
about actors? Do they? Is it true that they like to steal scenes from other actors? Is that true?
No.
That's not true?
No. I would say that what they like to do is to feed from what the audience is giving them. There is nothing like applause. I'm sure you know that. And that is what feeds our souls. It makes us feel renewed.
That's your energy.
It's the energy.
So as an
I love it.
actor, you never covet somebody else's lines and say, I wish I had that part.
Well, you know, you can always say, I wish that I had that part, but then on the other hand, there are so many parts out there that why would you want just one?
Okay. So if life is a cabaret and everything's a stage, so everything is scripted. Yeah? Who's writing the script?
Oh gosh, we are writing the script.
You are writing the
We
script?
are all writing the script.
Really?
It's really a cooperative. We come together. I am the director, producer
At MMQ.
of MMQ, and what happens is I'm inspired, like for instance, by the movie Cabaret that you showed there.
Yep.
And then I start thinking about ways to not copy, but to receive inspiration that will be sort of our own version
It's modeling.
of the cabaret.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been doing from the very beginning.
It's improv.
And figuring it out how to bring the essence of that here to the Philippines. How do you do that? And that's where I start.
All right,
every year.
So you build on what already exists and what's beautiful.
Exactly. You gotta have some depth. You've got to have some depth. You've got to have some history. You've got to know where things came from in order to build upon and make it even better.
Right. You need to understand it with your heart and soul. From your perspective, who would you choose to be the thespian of your choice?
Oh gosh. Oh, there are so many out there. There's
Choose.
so many out there.
Describe one.
Well, Sir Anthony Hopkins, I think, is a superb Renaissance impresario, auteur, all of the words that you would,
Impresario.
Yes, I mean, he is the epitome of acting, of impersonation, of passion.
What's the other word you use? Auteur. Spell. That's French. That's
Yes,
French.
How do you spell that?
A-U-T-E-U-R, auteur.
And what does that mean?
It means the epitome,
Oh, auteur.
the epitome.
A-U-T-U-R-E. Le auteur. La auteur.
L'auteur.
Le auteur. What does he do? What does he do that makes him who he is? What does he do when he gets into a scene? What I don't even want to call it a technique, because
No.
some actors are really powerful. No? I mean, they just come across and
That's
capture
true.
you by your heart.
Yes.
What does he do?
Oh gosh, he becomes. Like I tell my students, one of the things you have to be okay with is to be someone else.
He becomes.
You have to be willing to be vulnerable, to be someone else, to let yourself go and become someone else.
In your lifetime as an actress, as a teacher of actors, what do you consider the highlight of your acting life?
Oh my gosh.
Personally, when were you the best? When did you become
Oh, gosh.
Can you describe?
It's been a total, everything has built on one right after the other. I could say when I started as a child in the church choir, I could go next when I was a singer at school. I could go next to when I was modeling as a teenager. Then I could go in college with my university productions.
Any single incident?
Any single incident? Oh gosh, it's all been growing though. All of it has been such a magical journey. Maybe some of my regional work in Washington, maybe some of my work with my friends in New York. I mean, it's all there though.
All there. So you have several peaks of performance.
Several peaks.
You, Marie, what has been your peak experience in acting?
Acting, well, I do acting on TV. I'm a member of the Philippine Actors Guild. Well, I stopped acting because I have to focus in my, property selling. But I promised Michelle, if I'm gonna act again, I will do it with MMQ. But I have to do workshop first.
Of course.
And it's for free.
You'll have to go back into training to be an actor?
Yes, again.
Oh,
I don't want to embarrass the MMQ.
Oh, you have not seen
I was just
this
gonna do
lady
it,
on stage. It has been remarkable.
I was just
What
gonna
would
act
be your
for free.
recommendation for somebody who wants to be an actor? Should they go to a acting school, or should they just jump into it?
It depends on who the person is.
It is different.
It really is. Some people have no training and they just do it naturally, and those are the gifted ones, right? But then in a way we're all gifted, because sometimes we just need a little help, a little push from a person that runs a workshop, and then you see that spark and you go from there. It really depends on the person.
Okay.
My mom told me that.
Your mom.
My mom told me that I'm a natural actress, because younger years really I would normally act.
See?
Yeah.
But since life is a cabaret, life is a stage, we're always acting.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. Just like in my job, in what I do, selling.
That's acting. Yeah, you pretend to sell.
No. No.
You pretend the condominium's the best.
No, I don't work that way.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know you're always kidding.
Yeah.
But well, basically you really need to act. But people knows that if you're acting. But the important thing is the heart.
I think you need to put out something that's inside of you.
Yeah.
So that's a performance. That's a presentation, because when what's inside your heart and mind, you put it out, and that becomes an act. You can call it an act, but not really pretentious pretension, but pretension in the sense that you are doing what is something inside of you.
It should be real.
Okay, now tell us about this show and give us the details, how beautiful it's going to be, how much is it going to cost, and how many people do you expect to be in the audience?
Well, the last 2 years we've sold out. Right before the show starts, every seat is filled. Last year we had over 400 people.
It was well attended. We're not.
It's a dinner show.
It's a dinner show. It starts
at Sofitel.
At Sofitel on the 17th, Saturday the 17th.
So you create a stage
of September.
Just for one day.
Just for one day. It starts out. The wine begins to flow. Picture this. Where can you go where you can get free-flowing wine throughout the evening? A 4-course traditional French dinner, okay? A fabulous show, okay? And prizes galore. Our audience is dressed up in feathers and sequins and tuxedos and top hats and canes and prizes.
Do I get invited?
Of course.
All right.
You're the special guest.
I'm going to wear a hat and a feather to come in.
Of course, absolutely. And it's only $4,500 per ticket.
That's the ticket.
And where can you get all that for just $4,500? A show, a dinner, full dinner, free-flowing wine throughout the evening. Where can you get that?
How long does it run?
It just runs that one day for about...
No, the show, the play by itself is...
probably around 3 hours. 3 hours.
How many acts is that?
With intermission. 3 acts.
3 acts?
3 acts.
Who provides the musical score?
Oh gosh, we have bands, we have canned music, we have -1s, we have people doing some a cappella, we have a mixture. It's amazing.
And you are an actress and a directress in the play, or you are just a director?
Well, this year we have some surprises. I'm not
You
telling.
won't tell? How about you?
I'm not telling.
Well, I'm the one who's, talking to the
Funding,
sponsor, yeah.
right.
And I'm the one who's promoting it also.
You
So
seen
every
her
time
on
that
stage
I'm...
last year.
Yeah.
Was she on Le Cabaret?
Last
Yes,
year
she
performed,
was.
yeah. Only for MMQ. I danced last year. And I talk to the sponsors, and everywhere I go, if I, do presentation, I would always tell people about MMQ, about the things that we do in MMQ.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you one question. The question I want to ask you is, what in your mind's eye, Michelle and Marie, do you behold for the Philippines? Coming from the perspective of MMQ, you want to do good, you want to build a future. What is that future for the Philippines in your mind's eye, Michelle? What do you want to achieve?
I want to, if I can't save the world, okay? I
You wish
can't
you
save
could.
the world.
You wish you
but
could.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
But if I can make a difference to one or two children, the children of the Philippines are my children. And if I can make a difference, who knows? One of them may find the cure for cancer. And wouldn't that be a rightly thing indeed?
Yeah. All right, so that's your dream. How about
Yeah.
you, Marie?
Well, I'm not rich. I cannot give a lot of money to charity. But in my own little way, I want to do more. And I want to finish what I've started. In my own little way, I want to make a difference for the
Also.
less fortunate.
All right. We have a little clip of the Cabaret. With your last year's event and the year before. We'll just put that up and then we'll come up and close the show. So if there's anything that you want to say or I haven't asked you, that'll be the time.
Okay.
Let's watch this video for a minute. Fantastic. So thank you for being on this show.
Oh my gosh,
and if
thank
there's
you.
anything that you want to tell the
Wonderful to
audience,
hear
if you
you.
want to invite friends, that's your time.
Well, we definitely want to invite everyone to come and have fun with us. There's going to be prizes galore, French dinner, and a fabulous cabaret show.
Righto.
So pull out your sequins and your feathers and come join the fun for charity's sake.
Yes.
All right,
I would
Marie?
like to invite all the people in the corporate world, especially in the real estate industry. If you're so stressed, doing a lot of things, you should join MMQ. Reserve a ticket now. Don't forget, it's on September 17 at the Sofitel.
If you're pretending to sell, this is the time to learn to pretend well. All right, how do you say thank you and good night in French?
Merci,
Merci.
au revoir, bonne nuit.
Merci and
Au
revoir.
au revoir, bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit. Gracias and mabuhay. Good night. Thank you very much for
Thank
being
you.
with Expat
Thank
Insights
you.
and good luck with Le Cabaret.
Thank you.
Good night and thank you for watching Expat Insights. I'm your host Raju Mandhyan, and next week we have Terry Hawkenhull and Padma Siap. We're talking about sales and customer service. Good night and mabuhay.